the silence you feel now, it's not punishment. It's preparation. God removes the noise so you can hear His voice. He removes the crutches so there's a moment when everything you thought was secure begins to crack. The ground shakes beneath your feet. The systems you trusted in, the economy, the culture, the relationships, they start to collapse. And deep down you feel it. You've been feeling it for a while now, haven't you? You look around and see the chaos in the world. Wars, nations rising against nations, morality flipped upside down, men lost and wandering. But what you might not realize is this: the collapse isn't just out there, it's here. Inside of you. God said, the collapse has begun. And He wasn't just talking about governments and kingdoms. He's talking about you. Why? Because sometimes God allows what you built on sand to crumble, so He can rebuild you on the rock. Young man, I know you're tired. Tired of pretending you're strong when you're breaking inside. Tired of the dating games. Tired of scrolling through highlight reels and wondering if you'll ever measure up. Tired of running from the pain that keeps finding you. But what if this collapse, this shaking, isn't to destroy you? What if it's to wake you up? To call you higher? To break you free from a system that was killing your soul? The collapse is here, but so is the call. The question is, will you answer? When the walls crumble, the foundation is revealed. You don't realize how fragile the walls are until they start shaking. You think you're secure because you've built up routines, achievements, relationships, even a certain image of yourself. But when the shaking comes, when the collapse begins, all of it starts to crack. And in that moment, something deeper is exposed at what your life is actually built on. Young man, let me ask you, what is your foundation? What are you standing on when the storms hit? Is it the approval of others? Is it success? Is it pleasure? Or is it something unshakable? Most of us spend years stacking bricks on sand, chasing validation through relationships that leave us emptier, trying to prove ourselves in careers or through wealth, numbing the quiet ache inside us with distractions. But when the shaking starts, and make no mistake, it's coming, those things won't hold you up. God allows the walls to crumble not because He wants to destroy you, but because He wants to save you. You've been leaning on things that were never meant to hold your weight. And He loves you too much to let you keep building on a foundation that's destined to fail. There's a shaking happening in this generation. You can feel it. The world is cracking, but so are men's hearts. We've lost who we are. We've been told strength is isolation, masculinity is domination, and faith is weakness. But here's the truth: the strongest man is not the one who never falls. The strongest man is the one who falls to his knees and cries out, God, rebuild me on something real. This is your wake-up call. If your foundation isn't the rock, if it isn't the one who made you, who knows you, who's calling you even now, then the collapse will take you with it. But if you let God tear down what was false and rebuild what is true, then even if the whole world falls, you will stand. Don't wait for the collapse to bury you before you look up. You've been given this moment right here, right now, to choose. Will you keep building on sand, or will you let the shaking reveal the rock beneath your feet? You think this is the end. You look at the collapse, your plans falling apart, relationships breaking, your strength giving way, and you whisper to yourself, it's over. But what if I told you this is not the end? What if this breaking is actually the beginning? You see, in the natural world, a seed must break before life comes forth. The shell has to split open. The ground has to be torn apart. That's the design of God. And in your life, the same pattern applies. Young man, listen to me. The collapse you fear may be the very thing that saves you. You've been clinging to the person you thought you had to be, the image you've projected, the armor you've worn. And now God is allowing that armor to crack, not to destroy you, but to set you free from it. So many men today are trapped in false strength. We've been told to hide our wounds, bury our fears, and smile through the pain. But that's not strength. That's slavery. True strength comes when you can look at the ruins and say, God, take it all. Burn away what isn't from you. Build me into the man you created me to be. This collapse is your crossroads. You can either run back into the same patterns that broke you, numbing the pain with shallow relationships, chasing more money, more distractions, or you can stand still in the shaking and let God do His work. Here's the truth: resurrection only comes after death. New life only comes after surrender. You cannot step into the destiny you were born for until you lay down the life you've been clinging to. What if everything falling apart is actually God's way of putting the pieces in place? What if the death of your plans is the birth of His purpose? Don't fight the breaking. Don't despise the collapse. It's the mercy of God disguised as pain. And if you trust Him in the shaking, you'll see this isn't the end. It's the beginning of the man you were always meant to become. There is a moment in every man's life when the silence gets louder than the noise, when the music stops, when the applause fades, when the people you thought would stand beside you walk away. And in that silence, you realize how alone you feel. But listen to me, that silence isn't empty, it's holy. It's the space where God whispers. Young man, you've been running so hard, chasing validation, trying to prove you're enough, trying to fill that ache in your soul with achievements, with women, with distractions. But late at night, when the lights go out, when you're lying there staring at the ceiling, the ache is still there. You can feel it, can't you? Here's the truth. Nothing in this world was ever designed to fill that space. Not money, not power, not even the love of another person. That space was carved out by God Himself, and only He can inhabit it. You've been told that needing God is weakness, that surrender is failure. But let me tell you, the greatest lie of this generation is the idea that you can be your own savior. You can't. And the sooner you admit that, the sooner you can stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight alone. Can learn to stand on Him. He removes the people you leaned on so you can finally lean on Him. And in that place of silence, if you listen closely, you'll hear Him say, Son, I'm still here. I never left. I never stopped loving you. And I've been waiting for this moment, not to condemn you, but to rebuild you. This is your moment. You can keep running, keep numbing, keep chasing, or you can be still and let the God who made you fill the emptiness you've been carrying your whole life. The collapse was never meant to destroy you. The silence was never meant to punish you. Both were designed to bring you to this sacred place where you finally discover who you are and whose you are. The fire isn't meant to burn you. It's meant to forge you. You see, we've been told to fear the fire, to avoid pain, to run from discomfort, to numb every ache. But there are some things in your life that will never be broken off until you go through the fire. Some chains don't just fall, they have to be burned away. Young man, this is not a season of destruction. It's a season of refining. And the truth is, we don't like the refining process. It strips away our comfort. It exposes our weakness. It burns off the illusions we've built our lives on. But hear me, the fire doesn't come to destroy gold. It comes to reveal it. You've been carrying weight that was never yours to bear. Guilt from the past, shame over failures, bitterness from betrayals. And God is saying, give it to me. Let me burn away what's killing you. Let me refine you into the man you were born to be. Don't despise the fire, embrace it. Because when gold goes into the furnace, it comes out pure, strong, and unshakable. That's what God is doing in you. He's using every loss, every heartbreak, every disappointment, not as a weapon against you, but as a tool to shape you. The world teaches men to avoid the pain at all costs. Drink it away, work it away, sleep it away. But a man of God faces the fire head on because he knows it's not the end. It's the preparation. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. The collapse was necessary to tear down the old. The silence was necessary to tune your ears to his voice. And now the fire is necessary to transform you from the inside out. The greatest men in history were not made in palaces. They were forged in deserts, in wildernesses, in furnaces. And so will you be. When you come through this, you won't be the same man. You'll be stronger, purer, unshakable. And you'll finally understand the fire you feared was actually the mercy of God. You've been taught to chase the world, to build your empire, your image, your status, to get the girl, the car, the bank account, the body. And yet, why do you still feel empty? Why do you still wake up in the night with that hollow ache in your chest? Here's the truth nobody tells you. The man who gains the whole world but loses his soul gains nothing. Young man, God didn't put you on this earth to impress people. He didn't create you to live for likes, for applause, for attention that disappears the moment you fall. He created you to walk with Him, to stand unshaken in a world that's collapsing. But here's the problem: too many of us are living distracted. We're scrolling, swiping, chasing pleasure, and wondering why our lives feel like they're spinning out of control. We've built our lives on sand, and when the storm comes, everything falls apart. Listen carefully. This collapse you're seeing in the world, it's not random. It's a warning. It's a shaking to wake you up before it's too late. God is calling you back to what matters, not to religion, not to performance, but to Him, to a relationship so real, so unshakable, that even when the world burns, you'll still be standing. The idols of this world are crumbling: money, fame, power, pleasure. And God is asking, will you keep clinging to what cannot save you? Or will you turn and take my hand? This isn't just about you. There are people you're called to lead, lives you're meant to impact. You were made for more than surviving. You were made for significance. And that starts the moment you let go of the world and grab hold of God. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to say, God, I've tried it my way, and it's left me empty. Take my life. Use me for what you created me for. That's when the shift happens. That's when the fire stops consuming you and starts empowering you. That's when you stop being a boy chasing pleasure and become a man chasing purpose. There comes a moment when God says, enough. Enough running. Enough wandering. Enough trying to do it on your own. Young man, that moment is now. The world wants you distracted, weak, numbed out, scrolling endlessly, consumed by lust, anger, and fear. Why? Because a man fully alive, fully awake, fully surrendered to God terrifies the darkness. You've been called. You've been chosen not to live in fear, not to hide in the shadows, but to rise. The collapse isn't the end. It's the beginning. The shaking isn't to destroy you. It's to wake you up. Because there are things in this world you're meant to change. There are people waiting for you to step into your assignment. There's a fire God wants to ignite in you. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. You can feel it, can't you? That pull inside of you. That voice whispering, you were made for more than this. Stand up. Take your place. Stop wasting time. But here's the hard truth: you can't rise without letting go. You can't carry the weight of bitterness, shame, addictions, and still climb. You've got to lay it down, all of it. And when you do, God promises to meet you in your weakness and turn it into strength. Do you think it's an accident you're hearing this right now? No. This is your moment. The moment you stop being a casualty of this collapsing world and start becoming a warrior in God's kingdom. There's a rapture coming, not just a taking up, but a calling out. God is calling out the warriors, the leaders, the fathers, the protectors, the men who will no longer bow to culture, but will stand for truth no matter the cost. Young man, this is your wake-up call. Everything you've been through, the pain, the loss, the failures, has been preparing you for this. The world doesn't need more boys chasing pleasure. It needs men chasing purpose. It needs you. So rise. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, so I'm asking you, don't scroll past this moment. Don't let these words fade into the noise of your life. This isn't just another video. This is a divine interruption. God is speaking to you right here, right now. You've been wandering long enough. You've been running from pain, from purpose, from Him. But deep down, you know it, you're not here by accident. You're here because the Creator of the universe is reaching for you, calling you out of the shadows into the light. So rise up, brother. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. This is the moment. Take your place. Let the fire burn away what's holding you back. Stand up and be the man you were created to be. And if this spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. There are other men, your brothers, lost in the same darkness you've walked through. Share this with them. Be the spark that lights their fire. Comment below how this hit you. Don't be silent. Speak. Your voice might be the confirmation someone else desperately needs. And subscribe, because together we're building a generation of men who won't bow to fear, who won't be crushed by the collapse, but who will stand unshaken. This isn't entertainment. This is a movement. So like this video, share it with someone who needs a wake-up call, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because this isn't the end. This is the beginning.